Hi guys, hope you're all keeping well at these tough times at the moment, looking after yourselves, taking care. Welcome back to another video today. Hopefully this video will make you feel a bit better. I've done my top 10 Premier League managers and I've done my players. Now it's time for something a bit different. Something I want to do, top 10 goalkeepers in the Premier League. Again, this is purely you are thinking of the top 10 goalkeepers ranked from 10th to 1 in my opinion. As I've said in previous videos, we'll all have different opinions. Not everyone will agree to disagree. So yeah, let's get started. Number 10, I've gone with Martin de Brackfer. Sorry, I struggle to say this guy's name, this guy's name, guys. Yeah, Martin de Brackfer. De Brackfer. Sorry. Yeah, you know what I'm on about. Yeah, I'll put him in number 10, the Newcastle United goalkeeper. Very, very solid goalkeeper. Very underrated. It's been good since Newcastle signed him. I remember his debut for them. He had put him on in the match performance against Man United. He's come on leaps and bounds since then. He's kept Newcastle in games plenty of times. They could be in the relegation zone if it wasn't for him. Amazing goalkeeper. I know they've got the takeover now nearly. I expect them to stick with him if it goes through. I think he's a really good goalkeeper. He has the credentials and the qualities to be a top goalkeeper, and he'll be even better with a better defence in front of him. As I said, Newcastle's defence is a bit leaky, but he's kept them in games so many times. And this season, he's also kept 9 clean sheets, which is impressive for a team that have been down there most of the season. I know they're steady above relegation, Newcastle, but quality keeper, quality shot stopper, massive fan of him, and I think he's Slovakia's number 1 as well. So yeah, number 10, Martin de Brackfer. Number 9, I've gone with Nick Pope at Burnley. I like Nick Pope. He's really, really good. Could be England's number 1 at the Euros next summer. Definitely within a shout. It's between him and Henderson for me. Massive fan of Pope. Again, but Burnley have a solid defence, don't they? That's what they're built on. Solid defence. That's why I put Pope in ninth. I think he's a really, really good goalkeeper. Kept Burnley again, like the Bracker Newcastle. He's kept Burnley in plenty of games this season. Very tall goalkeeper, good at catching balls, good at coming out for aerial crosses. Very good goalkeeper, very tall presence, good shot stopper. Again, he has all the credentials to be a really good goalkeeper. He's kept 11 clean sheets as well, which I think, if I'm right in saying, is the most in the Premier League, which is incredible. Yeah, massive part of Burnley's solid defence, and I'll put Nick Pope at ninth. Really good goalkeeper. I like him. He could be England's number 1. Number 8, I've gone with a keeper that's gone off the boil a bit the past few years. Obviously, he's been injured this season. He dislocated his shoulder, I think. He was one of the best in the world, but as I said, he's got off the ball in the past few years. I have gone with Hugo Lloris. I still think he's a really good goalkeeper on his day. On his day, he's one of the best in the league for me. Obviously, he won the World Cup for France. I've always liked Lloris. I think he's a good keeper, but he's gone a bit off the boil the past few years. I do think he's a world class keeper on his day, no doubt about it. But he's just gone off a bit, hasn't he? I mean, you know, but on his day, that's why I put him in this top 10. Because I still think he's a really good goalkeeper on his day. Playing for Tottenham again now as well. He's getting in his 30s now as well. I know that's no age for a keeper, but very, very good shot stopper, good one-on-one shot stopper. He's a class keeper on his day. He makes some brilliant world-class saves. And yeah, I put Lloris in my top 10, despite the fact he's gone off the boil a bit. Number 7, I've gone with a keeper I really like, who I think is really underrated. I've liked him since he's been in the Premier League, and I liked him before that when he played in Portugal, which is Rui Patricio of Wolves. A quality keeper, Patricio, very tall presence. Wears number 11 on the back of his shirt, which is a bit random for a goalkeeper. But he's a fantastic goalkeeper, very good shot stopper again. Good at saving one-on-ones, tall presence, big goalkeeper. He'll come out and take crosses. A big part again of Wolves' defence. He's kept Wolves in games plenty of times. Definitely a top class keeper, and he has been for years now. I mean, I know he played in Portugal, but there's a couple of Wolves that he showed played in the Premier League and showed how much of a good goalkeeper he is. I had to put him in my top 10. Massive fan of Patricio. I really like him. Portugal's number 1 as well. Very good goalkeeper Wolves have there. Yeah, Patricio number 7. Number 6, I've gone with Dean Henderson. Very, very good young underrated goalkeeper. One of the best keepers in the Premier League this season. If not, he could be the best. I do think it's Alisson, but I think Henderson's behind him this season. Henderson's been fantastic. He's good in the Championship for Sheffield United last season, but he's took the step up to the Premier League this season with Sheffield United, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. Now, at the start of the season, I remember he made that error against Liverpool where the ball kind of went through him and he got a lot of stick for it, but that made him stronger because he's come back and he's put in solid performances all season. Very, very good goalkeeping for me. I think he should be England's number 1 right now for the Euros next summer as well. I like him. I think he's class. He could go back to Man United and be, their number 1 as well. You don't know. There's talks of him going back and be number one over De Gea. I mean, I don't see why he can't. I know De Gea's a quality keeper, but Henderson's one for the future. And if Man United aren't going to play him, he's going to go out on loan again, or he could leave the club permanently. You don't know, but I know he does want to play for Man United. I'd like to see him at Sheffield United again for another season. If they get European football, I think that'll be good for him. And then maybe go back to Man United and be number one. But yeah, he's kept 10 clean sheets this season, which is absolutely impressive. Sheffield United have been fantastic this season, purely down to this guy, putting in magnificent performances, man of the match performances and goal for them, keeping them in games. Fantastic goalkeeper, very tall presence as well. Got all the credentials to be a world class keeper. Yeah, Dean Henderson at number 6, great goalkeeper. Number 5, I've gone with David De Gea. Now, he could be. I might get stick for putting him in number 5 because some people think, he he could be number in the top 3 or could be number 1, but there's no doubt on his day he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. But it's a bit like Lloris. I feel like he has stepped down a bit in the past few years. He's not as good as he was. I mean, you're talking about 2016-17. He was the best keeper in the world back then. But he's made some mistakes, including Watford this season, just to name a few, name one of plenty he's made. I don't know why. He's no doubt about it. He's one of the best keepers in the world on his day, not the best, but he does make errors. I know it's part of the game. It makes keepers stronger, but I just think he doesn't have that label now where you can say he's the best keeper in the world. I just don't think he's at that level, but he's still one of the best in the world on his day, and he still keeps Man United in games on his day. Yeah, I had to put De Gea in the top 10, of course. So I wasn't going to leave him out, even though I'm a City fan. I like De Gea's class. I think he's always been a good keeper. He's incredible. His reflexes are just absolutely class. Some of the saves he makes, you just think, wow, how do you even do that? It's like that match against Everton a few years back, and that's free kick he saved from that at that time. He is a quality keeper, there's no doubt about it. He's made plenty of good saves to keep Man United in games. And yeah, he had to make this top 10. Number 4, I've gone with a keeper I am a massive fan of, which is Bernd Leno of Arsenal. Now, Leno, he's playing in front of a poor defence. Like, for one of the top teams, Arsenal have an awful defence. The back line's awful. They've got a good attack, but the back line's awful. But this man keeps them in games so many times, and I've seen a few this season, like when they played Norwich, he kept them in the game. They could have got battered that day. I like Leno, he's class. Again, he's got the credentials and the qualities to be a world class. I do think he's a world class keeper, to be honest. I really do. I like him a lot. Obviously, he's in the German national team, but he's got the Stegen and Neuer in front of him, which can't be easy. But an amazing goalkeeper. As I said, I'm a massive fan of him. He's kept Arsenal in so many games this season. I think he's one of Arsenal's best players now as well, if not maybe the. Well, yeah, he's one of the best. Fantastic goalkeeper. I mean, I just think he's brilliant. He's a tall presence as well. And since Arsenal signed him from Bayern Leverkusen, he's come on leaps and bounds since then. I knew he was good at Leverkusen, but I knew when Arsenal signed him, I thought, yeah, they've got a good keeper there. So I think they signed him, and it was even Petr Cech swapping, but he's obviously now Arsenal's established number 1 now. But yeah, massive fan of Leno. I think he's one of the best in the league for me on his day, and yeah, I put him in number 4. I'll please some Arsenal fans on here. Number 3, I've gone with a keeper again I am a massive fan of. I've thought this guy's amazing for years, even before he won the Premier League with his side, which is Kasper Schmeichel. I put him in number 3. Kasper Schmeichel's quality. And I mean that because before Leicester won the league in 2016, he was a good keeper before that. He's been good wherever he's been. He's obviously had the label of, having the pressure of his dad, who was an amazing goalkeeper, as we know. But he's just swept that aside and he's been himself, and, he's a fantastic goalkeeper. I love him. He's quality. Again, he's got fantastic reflexes. He makes some saves where you think, wow. I think he's a world class keeper. I do. I think he's brilliant. He's good for his national team, Denmark, as well. I think he's brilliant, and he's been at Leicester for a long time now. He's been a massive part of their success. Leicester have a solid backline, purely down to this guy in goal, making top class saves every week. Massive fan of Schmeichel. I think he's brilliant. Yeah, I think he's absolutely phenomenal on his day. And, there's not many better in the Premier League for me, honestly. That's why I put him in 3rd now. It could surprise a few people, that, but I honestly think he's that good. He's incredible. And I kind of like, I know he's been at Leicester for years and he'll stay loyal to Leicester, no doubt about it, but kind of surprises me that a bigger club I don't mean that disrespectful towards Leicester because they are a big club, but one of the real big clubs has made a move for him, like maybe Chelsea, because I haven't put Kepa in this top 10 because I don't think he's good. Maybe Chelsea could have gone for him, or a big European club. He's a quality keeper, Schmeichel. I like him. I've liked him for years, and yeah, I put him in number 3. Number 2, well, between 1 and 2, this was easy for me. It was between Ederson and Alisson. I put Ederson at number 2. Did want to put him number 1, but you've got to be honest sometimes, haven't you? As much as I'm a massive Man City fan, I've put Ederson at number 2. Don't really need to say much about this guy. He's an all-round class goalkeeper. I know he had that bad game against Man United a few months back now, I think. But ever since he's come to Man City, we paid 30 million for him, being well worth it. Being a top class performer, and we know he's just an all-round class goal. He's good with his feet, which is why Guardiola signed him. He's does some incredible things. He's like stands off his line and starts doing kick-ups with the ball, like dribbling with the ball. He could be an outfield player. He's incredible. He's just an all-round good keeper though. To Finn, very tall, very stocky, big presence. Good at taking crosses. Good at aerial battles. Really good shot stopper. He's been class since we signed him, and obviously since we signed him, we've won 2 Premier Leagues, so it hasn't been bad, has it? It's been fantastic for us. We had the struggles of Claudio Bravo before that. It wasn't lived up to the expectations, but Ederson has come in and showed he's one of the best keepers in the world on his day. Sorry about that. So I put Ederson at number 2. It's no brainer for me. I think he's such a good goalkeeper on his day. He's kept loads of clean sheets for since he signed as well, and we can see why Guardiola signed him. So yeah, I put Ederson at number 2, one of the best keepers in the world on his day, no doubt about it, and the Premier League. Number 1, I've gone with Alisson Becker with Liverpool. As I said, you've got to be honest sometimes. I do think Alisson's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. You can see that with Liverpool this season. Liverpool have a really good defence. This man is a massive part of that. Clean sheet after clean sheet. He has been injured this season, but since he signed for Liverpool, he's been phenomenal. Helped them with the Champions League last season as well. You can't knock him, can you? He's absolutely quality. For me, I think he's probably the second best keeper in the world at the moment, behind Jan Oblak. But yeah, I think Alisson, sorry, is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's got all round qualities of being a top class goalkeeper. Phenomenal, and that's why Liverpool have such a good defence. That's what I mean. And since he signed for them as well in 2018, they've conceded like the least amount of goals, and it says it all really. As I said, he's been injured this season, but you could see when Adrian was in goal how poor they were without him. Massive part of Liverpool's team in defence. Got that incredible assist for Salah's goal against Man United this season as well. Fantastic goalkeeping for me. He's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. And yeah, I put Alisson number 1. Obviously, it was between Alisson and Ederson for 1 and 2 for the 1 and 2 spots, but I have gone with Alisson. Yeah, I've leave your comments down below of your top 10 keepers if you want to. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel. Your videos coming. Take care of yourselves in these tough times, and I'll see you later, guys. Thanks for the support as well.